Good morning and welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Saturday, October the 4th, 2008, and today we're reading Genesis chapter 5. And Genesis chapter 5, most of it was about the genealogy of Adam. Adam begat Seth, and Seth begat such and such, and such begat such and such, and it was very repetitive. And one thing I got out of it was not even from the scripture, but just as we were reading it, Isaiah was reading it, and he was lying down because it was just repetitive and reading it, and I said to him, you remember what I said?
Yes.
Okay, I said to him, you have to, it's just like when you're doing your homework, you have to stay concentrated and stay focused, because there's always something that you can get out of the scriptures, always something you get out of the word. So you have to be in a receptive mind to hear or to see what it is for you to see. So even if it's just something that appears to be very repetitive, there's still something that can be so small that you can still get out of it. Now, as we continue to read down, and he was reading through the different people, begat such and such, begat such and such, he stopped at one person, and you remember that person's name?
Yes.
What was that name?
Enoch.
Because it didn't go through the same repetitive state that as the other one did. It said that Enoch, they said his life was like 300 so years, and that's why they had stopped, but he said that Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. So that was where there was a break in the pattern. And what I saw from that scripture is basically how we have to transition from this life, because we're all going to eventually pass from this earth, and that's even one of the reasons why I'm doing this, so that, even when I'm not around, I can still be speaking to like my children and even my children's children. But we're all going to pass from this earth at some time, but we don't all have to go through the same kind of transition period or transition state. Just like Enoch, he didn't actually die, but it says God took him. And that's one thing I immediately got from it. And then there was one other person, as we kept going down, even down the genealogy further, there was another man at the end of it. Remember that person? Noah, yes. And there was one important thing I saw with Noah. Remember Noah's father's name?
No.
Okay. But I believe his name was Lamech, if I'm not mistaken. But Lamech was his father's name, and he begat Noah. And he said something about Noah, how he actually prophesied into Noah's life, and he said something that Noah's going to be special. And what I got from that is, as parents, we can actually put a purpose into our child's life. Just because most of you already know, the story of Noah, but his father, from a child, then he was the one that put a purpose into Noah's life by saying something or speaking into his life. So we as parents, it also says in the Bible, train the child in the way that he should go. But we as parents can put that purpose, or we can actually speak into our child's lives and point them in the direction. We have a lot of control because we're nurturing them. God has blessed us with the opportunity to nurture them from childhood up. But we really can speak that purpose into our children's life. Very quickly, because I know we're kind of short on time, but I remember even my mother, most of my mother than my father, I believe. My mother used to do that even with me. She used to tell me, she'd say, oh, you're going to be a preacher, you're going to be a preacher. Now, I never ever want to be a preacher, and I am not a preacher, but every once in a while I do get the opportunity to speak in service and so forth. But she used to always say, you're going to be a preacher. And I used to always just push it off. But I know that there's a purpose and a plan in my life to spread the word of the Lord, and that's even another reason why we're doing this here too, so I can pass something on to my children, and even children's children, even after I'm long gone away. So that was the things that stuck out from Genesis chapter 5 about Enoch, that he walked with God and God took him, and then also about Noah, and how his father actually put that plan, that purpose in his life, and he spoke into his life from when he was a child. And then thirdly, about how we even read the scriptures, just like Isaiah was lying down or whatever. We need to have an open mind to see and to hear what is there we can get from the scriptures. Because if we just read it and it appears repetitive, we might miss something that could be a life-changing principle. Okay? So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and make yourself or create yourself a blessed day today.